Hey there, it's me again. It's good to see you back here. I might look like I just woke up, which might not be so far away from the truth. But anyway, we kind of have a lot of topics to cover today, so let's just get into them because I don't feel like wasting any more time. In my channel, I would always talk about things that would bother me, like about things that felt close to me, things that I would talk about because I have an opinion about them. I am kind of involved with them. Whenever there would be a scandal in the, fandom that I was a part of, whenever it would be, somebody famous did something, I would never talk about it really because I was like, okay, that's not me. I don't know the whole situation. I don't have an opinion about that, and I don't think that it's my place to talk about that. It's not that I'm ignorant or I just don't want to educate myself or I don't know many things, but that I would not give you, useful information on the subject. I won't give you the, formed opinion on the subject because I don't know, honestly. I honestly don't have one, and I honestly don't believe that anybody would get something from it while listening to me. So it partly involves the topic that I'm going to talk about today. So as you may know, at the end of May, a horrible tragedy happened. I do believe that you are aware of what I'm talking about right now. This is a murder of a black person in the USA by the police, which is caused by the police brutality and them, overusing their duty and overstepping their boundaries. This person's name is George Floyd, and he was murdered unarmed by the cop. Let's say clear that this is obviously horrible, and obviously this should have never happened. It's a basic injustice, like a person is unarmed, like you have no reason to kill a person. He doesn't threaten your life. He didn't kill anybody. This is what I meant by me speaking about the things that don't feel close to my heart and don't feel like I have formed opinion on them. This is what I talked about, so now I'm just trying to work with that kind of. So to me, as a person who was interested in American culture since probably 13 years old, I've been really involved with English language, with American culture, and it was always like kind of part of it, watching American TV series, movies, music, everything, and I was so involved in that, and it was like I wanted to know everything about it. I wanted to know all the good sides, all the bad sides as well, but I knew that racism in the USA existed to a certain extent. I knew that it was a thing. Like in my history lessons, I was told when it was formed. I've never thought of it being such a huge problem, really. Like this case opened my eyes on that a lot because I never knew that it was such a huge problem, and now I know that, and I now how horrible it might have been, but I think that it helped me realize that there are things that I wasn't aware of, and I'm aware of them now. So when I heard the news, first my reaction was like, okay, I guess this cop is just an asshole. Well, obviously he did a bad thing, but I was like, okay, well, things happen sometimes. Maybe it was an accident, maybe it was whatever. Then I watched the video, and I was like, well, that was brutal, kind of. And then, only then, I started, looking through the news and looking about people, talking about it and bringing light to the situation. And I realized that this was not just this situation, not just this murder, not just this problem. It was a whole world filled with it. I know that this is such an ignorant move of me, like I'm coming from such a point, okay, I didn't know about that, blah blah blah, but like I knew that this exists, but I had no idea it's such a big problem, obviously this is mad serious, and obviously this is what people should talk about. Racism was never like something that I would knowingly support. It's stupid. Like why just doesn't cross my mind this way. Like why would you not like somebody just for the color of the skin? Like why? I cannot comprehend on that, like Even if you try to, explain it somehow through the history, whatever, they are people. We are all people. I don't think that I, educated myself well on this problem before, earlier on, because I was like, okay, I don't have this problem, I don't feel like I think it's so stupid, like, why would anybody do that? But then I actually saw that with my own eyes, and from the news, from the videos, of course, but I realized that that's actually a problem, and people still believe in that, which is so mind-blowing to me. So if you have no idea what I'm talking about, you can obviously research on the problem and Google the George Floyd murder and Black Lives Matter movement that's been going on in the USA right now. It has become really big, and many protests were happening. I'm sorry if to you it sounds like I'm saying nothing useful and nothing, that you can take from it, and no, unique opinion is coming from me, but I feel like I haven't formed it just yet. I haven't, I have heard, information from here, from there, and I haven't really formed a whole, holistic opinion on this subject that I can share and I can prove. But I feel like I still should talk about that, because if I'm silent, this only makes things better, However many people might see this, maybe some of them will, think of that and research on their own, like find their own information, because I don't feel like I am the one to educate others, because I'm not really educated for now at all. So all I know is that you can sign the petitions for the police to be charged as they should be charged. As far as I know, the murderer of George Floyd he's arrested, and he will be serving 40 years in jail, which is, which he should be doing. It's totally stupid to give somebody a right to kill a person and not have anything, not be charged for that, because it's stupid to me. When I was a little child, I was like, okay, if you kill a person, I think you must be killed after that, because you took somebody else's life. You fucking need to be dead as well, If you do it by accident, it's one thing, but if you do it willingly, who are you? Who gave you this right? So yeah, anyway, you can sign the petition, you can donate, you can support the Black-owned businesses, and if you live in the USA. And you can research as well on your own and find the ways that you can help, go on a protest, following the guidelines, following the, necessary things. Because, of course, there is a pandemic outside, which kind of, hardens the situation, makes it more serious. You just need to be careful about all that and find your own ways to, help and change the situation to better. But going back to me talking only about things that feel only close to me, it doesn't really feel, that I totally am aware of the situation. I totally know what's going on. And I don't think I will ever understand, because I don't live there. I don't live in the USA. I don't think that Russia had a history dealing with, Black people like the USA had in their own time, because I do believe that we Russian people with Black people, we don't really have the same kind of connotation. Yes, the racism happens everywhere, obviously, but it's not like such a huge problem. That's why I am, as a citizen of my own country, don't feel the same way for the problems in another country. That's what I'm trying to say here. I feel like what I can really speak up about, what I can really say, is that police brutality happens in our country as well, and it happens in big sizes as well. And I can totally say that I was a witness of that. I saw it happen with my own eyes. And I feel like this is a problem that I can really relate to in this kind of sense. Since the young age, you're taught that police should protect you, you should go to a policeman if something happened, because they should help you. And whenever you see people on the peaceful protests being fucking beat up, or they just stand there and they get zip tied and they get arrested, for what? For standing there, for protesting? Are you really kidding me? This is what I don't understand. This is what I will never understand. And my country, I feel like, has its own problems, like with the racism as well, xenophobia as well, kind of. We have racism not against black people, but against other people, you know, the immigrants who come for work. And I know that for a fact. I do not support that. I am not the one, but I feel like right now it just doesn't really matter when you say, no, I'm not racist, that's enough. You need to, you know, stand against it. You need to be anti-racism. You need to be against it in order to help to change the things. I'm sick of people like saying, like looking down on people of different, you know, skin color, different nationality. And it happens in my country a lot. Like, I can say that I don't know about this problem with black people because I don't feel it, I don't meet it. I don't face it on my daily basis, but I face this problem really well with people of another nationality in my country. And I feel like this is horrible because people, when do you get the brains instead of a fucking cotton candy in your head? Like, excuse me, who are you to judge other people? By the color of their skin. Who are you to look down on those people? Just because you're fucking white doesn't mean that you're fucking better than everybody else. And I don't believe that you should be in any fucking way, because I know so many morons. I know so many stupid assholes in my life that do this, and I am sick of hearing that. I'm sick of seeing that every goddamn time I hear something like that happen. Like people starting talking down on those people meeting the people of another nationality and started saying like, okay, imitating their voice, the way that they talk. Are you a fucking moron? Are you a monkey? Like, what are you fucking doing? Like, it's so stupid. I'm calling it out every time that I see that. Whenever you call them racist and you tell them that this is wrong and this is not really polite and this is not really good of them, they're also like all in defense mode. Like, no, I've never said that. No. You twist my words. It seems like we're, you know, modern society which should know these things, but whenever you see this happen, it just shocks you because, like, what's wrong with those people? Just what is wrong with them? I don't understand. And I feel like we should, you know, try our best to educate ourselves, educate others on that matter, and, you know, talk with your, you know, closest ones, talk with your relatives, because I think that everyone should agree on the fact that nobody should get murdered just because they are different kind of look, their skin is differently colored. Like, if we take two just the same people and one of them was white and one of them was black, either one of them shouldn't be better or shouldn't be worse just because of their looks, you know. If we take the same kind of, you know, personality in this kind of sense. So switching from this topic, I feel like talking about health anxiety, which I like to call it health anxiety. It's such a stupid word, but I don't know how else to call it. Obviously, we've been in quarantine. I know everybody hates this word at this point, but we've been in quarantine for such a long time, and like this virus, it's happening. With this virus, there are also some problems that come, especially the problems relating, you know, your own health. Not the virus, but your own health in general. So I've been in quarantine for 2.5 months now, I believe. And I've been following all the rules, you know, staying at home, not going out anywhere, you know, only in the supermarket and only wearing masks and gloves. I've been, you know, not moving probably at all, like only to stand up from my bed and to go to the fridge and then back and then to my computer and then back to the fridge and then back to my bed. Like, only this kind of movement, you know what I'm saying? I started eating more food basically because I am such a foodie. I just love the food. I started, you know, eating a lot of calories a day, you know, fast food, ice creams, whatever. I've been eating a lot of that. Obviously, I wasn't moving enough. And once I noticed some marks appearing on my body in different places. And I'm not gonna describe how they look like, but they kind of looked unhealthy to me, I would say. Then I just, out of no reason, decided to weigh myself in, which I haven't done in a year probably, because I was kind of scared to see what was in there, and I was like, you know, talking about, my previous eating disorders that I would have. It was kind of all connected, and that was my getaway kind of method to just not weigh myself in, don't know my weight, don't know my problems, eat everything, just don't care about the food. And this one was my go-to until I just decided to weigh myself in. So the number I saw there kind of shocked me, because I was not expecting to see that. And with those, marks appearing on my body, with this weight, and with my overall health, my overall situation, I started noticing that it was harder for me to move. It was harder for me to just, raise my hands, to down my hands, to just kind of do a couple of, sit-ups. It was also a big trouble for me. It was also became a big trouble for me. And I realized that this was a problem. First of all, I started panicking about that. At that time, we were still, on lockdown, not, when you had a planned, meeting with a doctor, it would all be cancelled. Only if it was like a severe pain or something, you could go to the doctor. So I started feeling, anxious, and I started feeling a little bit, worried about my overall health, because I felt like something was changing, and maybe I just noticed that. Maybe it was, gradually changing, but I noticed it only now. So, like, how bad is it? I don't know. I don't know. I can't know for sure. So what I started to do is, first of all, I tried to calm myself down. I tried to, sit down, talk with myself and just think about this problem. Like, does it hurt? Like, does it not? Is it like so severe? Like, is it really that I focus on it too much, or is it the problem that, I needs, resolving and stuff? For all that I could do, all I knew is that I need to do something what I can do at the moment. So in Russia, our quarantine started dropping, piece by piece, and one day it was allowed for us to go on a bike rides, and bike rental agencies were all open again. And that was the day when I suggested to my significant other that we could, go on a bike ride just for the sake of fun. And since then, we bought ourselves a pass. Obviously, we were, protected in any ways possible, wearing masks and gloves and whatever. And we started going on bike rides, like, regularly, like, almost every single day. No, we started on Monday, I believe, and now it's Saturday, and this is, I believe, the first day that we didn't go on a bike ride. Obviously, at first, my muscles were all hurting because, I wasn't moving for 2 months straight. What did I expect? Then I felt like I wanted to eat, more healthy food, more food that was nutritious, there were proteins in it, healthy fats, maybe some, carbs. And I started feeling a little bit better, and I started noticing that I didn't care that much about my health troubles anymore, because I could, move a little bit more. And I felt like it was a good change for my body, because I started moving, really. I started taking care of it. And now, as the quarantine dropping, like, in its own ways, I think that I will be able to go to the doctor and treat all those problems and, talk about them and, maybe get back to my normal state, I guess. So the point that I'm carrying out of this video is that in case you're worried about something that happens to you right now in quarantine, because obviously we're all scared and anxious in some ways, whenever you go out of the home, just go to the supermarket basically, and you go back home and you feel like you can't breathe, or you feel like you're coughing or something is wrong with your body. It's mostly because of your mental state, because you feel like you meet people now, you go out more, and you feel like it's, the disease is there whenever you're out of your house, whenever you're not safe, it's there. And what I think happens to your mind and to your body is that it makes you think of it more as of now, because you don't really have anything else to do other than, be self-isolated and sit at home. And whenever your mind is free from all the you know, caring about other things. It just focuses on the things that happen to you on daily basis, and that's what the problem is, I think, and that's what we all can possibly face right now. So what I suggest to you is, first of all, take a big breath and just analyze the problem. Try to analyze it. Like, ask yourself some questions, like whether it's too bad, is it severe, do you think it doesn't let you sleep, doesn't let you, you know, do your daily stuff, can you just watch some video or a TV series, you know, without it getting in the way, or is it getting in the way anyways? Again, I'm saying it from the point of, if you don't have access to the doctor, obviously you should go to the doctor in case you feel unwell. Next, you should think of what you've been doing lately. So for me, it was that I felt like some changes were happening to my body, and I was like, oh my god, what did I do? What happened? And then I kind of slowly started realizing that I've been not moving for such a long period of time, and obviously it took a toll on my body. Like, obviously, no, how can it, you know, not affect it? Because my body literally lives for movement, because it's how we're built. We're built to be moving every day, every single day. I wasn't doing that, and I was expecting it to work normally anyways, so that was my kind of problem with that, which I didn't realize so soon. So next off, whenever it was, you know, it would be maybe a food that you've eaten and you feel unwell about that, whenever it would be, you know, the lack of movement, like it was with me because of the self-isolation, just focus on that and try to change it to the better, you know, take the baby steps in order to, you know, change the situation to better, but yet, like, you know, nothing too serious about that. And if that helps you, great. That's great, because that means that you were overthinking that a little bit, and it helped you because you started, you know, taking the, you know, some improvements, and now you feel better about that, and this is great, obviously. And in case it doesn't still help you, I think you should contact your doctor. I think it's totally possible for you to be treated even in that time, and if it's really, really severe, like, it should be treated, obviously. I'm still going to the doctor, by the way. I think after 2 or 3 weeks, so I will be going and I will be asking about those problems. But what I started noticing, I don't know if it's real, but I started noticing that those marks started getting, you know, a little bit lighter, and they were getting better and fine. But I don't know about that just yet. Maybe they will get more severe with time. I just feel like this is what I can share with you in case you have the same problem. And this is what we all can do in terms of, you know, changing something in our lives to the better. So that's pretty much it for me for now. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you like my channel, if you like my content, you can follow me here. You can also follow me on Twitter to catch up with some of my thoughts, some of my, you know, schedules, whatever. And you can also follow me on Twitch, where I stream every single Thursday. I stream different games from GTA and This War of Mine and Don't Starve to some random quests like Nancy Drew or something. So I'll see you next time. Bye bye.